welcome back to Beginner Astrophotography. Tonight I'm doing something a little different. I usually do nebulas, galaxies, stuff like that, but I got an email from OPT Telescope about a week ago telling me that the Hyperstar has an unforeseen date of arrival. So they canceled my order for the Hyperstar, so I got a hold of Star Arizona to see what they had to say, to see, how long it would take to get the Hyperstar. They told me that they are not manufacturing the Hyperstar C6 right now because they are currently working on the version 4 of the C6 that should be coming out in about September. So I was happy to hear that. I'm all for a new version, so I'll be waiting until September. So we're not going to be seeing any Hyperstar videos until September when I can get that ordered. For those of you that don't know about Star Arizona, they're a telescope shop in Tucson, Arizona. I've been there a couple times. Absolutely wonderful customer service there. I actually took my Astrotech Ritchie Crichton 6-inch down there in September of last year and they collimated it for me, sold me a Type B USB cable so I could hook up my telescope, and then I went out to Mount Lemmon, off to the base of Mount Lemmon. I got some good pictures that night. So I strongly recommend Star Arizona. If you're in Arizona or you're, passing through, I would definitely check them out. So last night I did planetary imaging. I decided that since I had the Celestron C6 and I'm not going to be getting a Hyperstar for several months, I might as well use it, so I threw it on my AVX mount. And I got it all aligned and everything. And I threw in my guide camera. So at that point, it was my QHY 52M, I think is what you call it. And I got some pictures. They're monochrome pictures. I'll link those pictures during this video so you can see what they look like. Well, since then I got two new devices. It's actually outside on the telescope imaging right now. So I got an Astronomics color camera, which is basically the same thing as a QHY 5LM, but it's a color version, and it's made by Astronomics. So same sensor size. And I got a 2x Barlow lens. So we'll see how that works tonight. I'm going to do Saturn and Jupiter, and let's see how those pictures come out, and I'll see you guys outside. Alright, so you can see right here, this is my backyard, and you can see right there, that right above that tree right there, that's Jupiter. That's what I'm going to be trying to photograph tonight. And it's coming out from behind that tree where my telescope is. It's still a little bit behind the tree, so I'll start imaging here pretty quick. So let's move us back over to the telescope and refocus. Okay, so this is my setup. Right now I've got my colossal eyepiece in there so that I can get it aligned and everything, and it is, as of right now, still right in the center of the colossal eyepiece. So it's currently aimed at Jupiter. This is my Celestron C6 with my AVX mount. My other mount is over here. So I've already got it on there, so now I'm just waiting for it to come out from behind the tree, which it has. It's right on the edge now. So let's take the camera to right over here. Let's get it trained on the laptop. Okay, so as you can see on the screen, that is Jupiter. That's way out of focus. That's without the Barlow lens. See if I can get it more into focus. Get it more into the center of the frame as well. All right, let's put it there for now. Let's see how that goes. Let's get it the rest of the way focused. All right. Way blown out, but that's okay. Can take the gain down. And the milliseconds. All right, there's Jupiter. It's not very big on the screen right now because I don't have the Barlow, and I'm not very worried about focusing because I'm about to add the Barlow. So let's take the camera out, add it to the Barlow, like so. Let's put the Barlow right there. All right, so you can see Jupiter right there. It's way out of focus. This is with the Barlow. Now I got to put it into focus. Let's see. And I think that's still way out of focus, and the gain is way, way, way too high. Let's take the milliseconds all the way down. Take the gain all the way down. All right, so that's about where you want it. Now I just need to focus better. That's close. Focusing on this mount is fairly difficult, especially at this focal length, because this 2x Barlow lens basically turns this telescope into a 3,000 millimeter focal length, and significantly more difficult to get it perfectly focused. It's not as forgiving at this high of a focal length. But I will do the best that I can, especially without a feather touch focuser. That's not half bad. Let's see if I can slight adjustments. Okay. It's a little too far. Okay, I think that's about as good as I'm going to get it. You can't really see how focused it is. Okay, so there's Jupiter. It's not that great. I know you guys can't see very well, but let's put you down here. All right, so this part of the screen right here is where you take your photos, and I usually do a 300-second exposure, which is right here. So I'm going to do a 300-second exposure. I have got the graph right here, so you usually want about 70% for your graph. I'm currently at 80%, so I'm going to go ahead and bump the exposure slightly down. 59, 80, so let's do 45. Way too high. All right, there we go. So gain of 177 with an exposure of 44.80 milliseconds. That seems to be about as good as I'm going to be able to get it. So now, and the way you do this with planetary imaging is it is much different than deep sky imaging. So a guide camera is not needed, and basically what you do is you use a program like this is fire capture, and basically you just set your time for 300 seconds or however long you want your exposure to be. You hit start and then it just takes a video. Now I do not know why it just did that. So the whole thing just got really, really bright. So RGB. And let's bring this back down so you can actually see it to 42%. It's not half bad. It's at 66% on the histogram, so let's bring it up just a little bit more to about 47, 75%, 76%. That doesn't look too bad to me. Now my seeing isn't too bad. I can see the rings going in and out, but this is why you take like a 5-minute exposure, 10-minute exposure, or a 5-minute video, 10-minute video, so that you can get a lot of frames, and you can take out all the bad frames and stack all the good frames. So I'm going to go ahead and take a video of Jupiter like that, and I'll see you guys here in a minute when that's done. Okay, so I am now on Saturn. I am focusing it. It's bigger, so let's go smaller. So this is without the Barlow lens. This is just the telescope. So I'll get it focused down to about right there. I'm not looking for perfect focus. I just need it to be as close to the center of the frame as possible. So that looks like a good spot to me. So now I'll go ahead and pull out the camera and add the 2x Barlow to it. So let's pull out the camera, slide it into the Barlow, and then slide the Barlow into the focuser. So as you can see right there, you can kind of see the outline of it. So it'll pop up as I focus it. So there we go. So there's Saturn, but we do need to take down the exposure as well as so we need to take down the exposure as well as the gain. So let's drop the gain all the way down. So that put us at 83%, so that's actually not half bad. Let's drop exposure down a little bit. 64%, so let's go up just slightly. And there we go. Now it's ranging between 65 and 75%, which is right where you need it. Of course, I need to do some more focusing. So I'm going to go like that, and I will put the camera on there so you guys can see me focus. Let's see what I can do. Alright, I can see the rings of Saturn now. It's still slightly out of focus. I can actually see the color now as well, which is good, because with the monochrome camera you can't really see the color. Still looks slightly out of focus. Alright, so that's the wrong way. Come back this way. So you can't see it in the video very well, and that's okay. But the picture itself is looking pretty good. Just takes a little bit to get that perfect focus. But I can definitely make out the planet from the ring itself. The ring and the planet is still very blurry though, and I don't know if I will be able to actually fix that or not. But that is where the video comes in, and that is where the stacking comes in, so it can smooth it out. So I'm going to go ahead and start a video. I put it on no limit. I don't know how long it'll run, maybe 10 minutes. So I'll start videoing. Alright, so now I'm doing Saturn. So I'll see you guys back in the house when I get these processed, and I will put them up at the end of the video. So I already told you about my Hyperstar. Those videos won't be coming for probably 3 or 4 months, not until about September when I'm able to get the Hyperstar. So I did planetary imaging last night. Saturn and Jupiter came out really good. Jupiter, not quite as good as Saturn. I like the Saturn picture much better. Jupiter is a little bit blurry. I could have done better on focusing with it. I also attempted Mars, but Mars is just so far down on the horizon that it was just a blob. I couldn't get it focused at all. And the sun is going to come up before it hits its peak. So I'll probably try Mars here in a month or two when it's able to actually get up to its peak around, 2 in the morning and not, 6 in the morning. So I got 2 pictures, Saturn and Jupiter. Awesome pictures. I absolutely love them. For some reason, they still look monochrome, even though I took them with a color camera. So I'll have to try to figure that out. I think I have to debar them or something like that. I don't know. I'm going to look it up, see what I can do. But for now, the 2 pictures that I have are monochrome pictures. So enjoy the pictures. If you like my video, please subscribe and don't forget to like my channel.